Oh my gosh, good morning guys. Woke up ages ago, but I've just noticed a little mouse behind our mirror. I think it's alive! It's alive! And he's scared! Oh no! Papa's gonna have to save it. Sid! There's a mouse that's absolutely shitting himself in this house.
It.
Oh, I shouldn't have sworn, sorry.
They brought cats in.
The cats did that? Oh, sweetie pots.
They brought cats in, I knew it.
No, the cats brought the mouse in. He actually doesn't look hurt.
Okay.
He just looks... Is he sleeping?
Is he hurt?
I don't think he's hurt.
He's not hurt.
Is he a baby?
He's a baby.
He's a baby. Where are we going to put him?
Aww.
How are we going to find his family?
Any evidence connecting
Hi. Mika's so close to crawling, but he just needs to crawl already. You need to crawl already, you lazy. Ow! Ah! By the way, weight loss is in full effect. What is that? What is that? That's like one of them weight loss adverts, bro. That's a weight loss advert. Hey, take these pills. He loves that. So honestly, like, we haven't had one good sahur this whole time. I think that's why we've been struggling. I don't know how people with kids do it. I have zero idea how people with kids actually fast. Oh, shall I whisk it?
Afternoon guys. Wow, I look like I've been tangoed actually. Wow. So we what are we doing, babes? What are we doing? We're on the way to drop Mika off now, and then we're gonna go shoot my outfit because it's really nice. That's why.
This is the best angle ever. Look at this angle.
Do you know piss off. It's off.
It's Hannah in the back.
Hannah, do you know
Hello.
shit, that's my love.
So awkward.
Yes.
Okay guys, so we just recorded a podcast just now,
But no, we didn't.
but I forgot to press record on the actual mic. So we decided to stop the podcast and go, we're not using this, obviously, because it needs to be legit. Because it's going on the podcast app and all of that stuff. So what we're going to do, actually, which you guys can enjoy
For the rest of the video.
for the rest of the video, is watch.
But then we'll see you after iftar.
Yeah.
Hi guys, and welcome back to another Sid and Dina podcast, where we will be dissecting 2 emails that came through today.
Dissecting human nature.
Pretty much.
That's what it is.
Yep, it is. And we will be discussing the events occurring in these emails.
Is it an event, Dina?
There are, I don't know actually. Normally there is, but we haven't actually pre-read these. Sid just looked at the titles and chose 2 juicy titles. So should we get straight into it?
Should we get straight into it? Do you want to read? Because you keep complaining about my reading.
Okay, so we've got 2 titles. I will start with the title of the email is Nude Pics in My Dad's Phone.
Alright, she picked the easy one.
Salam Sid and Dina, hope you are doing well. The reason I'm emailing you is because I witnessed something that has been bothering me for days. My dad has pictures of nude women in his phone. It's so embarrassing to even think that he would have such pictures. He needed some help with emailing a document from his phone. I asked him to give me his phone. He was really hesitant and kept saying, "You just tell me, I'll do it." I told him I need to see the phone so that I can show you how to email a document. He was hesitant but gave it to me eventually. I clicked the attached files icon and all his pictures showed up. That's where I saw pictures of naked women. It was so awkward, I closed it and quickly handed the phone back to him. He asked me if everything was okay. I told him that I would need to do his work on a laptop instead. Now I can't look at him in the eyes all the same way. It bothers me a lot. Considering how religious and strict my dad is, I would have never imagined him to do such a thing. Is my dad cheating on my mother by doing this? Should I confront him? Does he do anything with these pictures? Today I've seen it. What if someone who borrows his phone sees this? Wouldn't it be awkward? What should I do? Thanks for reading. That's so awkward, man.
That is pretty awkward.
So awkward. I think I would have been like, yo, what's going on your phone?
That's the thing though, me and you would have been like,
I would have gone,
yo.
"Eh!" That's what I would have gone.
Me and you would probably been like, actually, I wouldn't have said anything, and I would just be like, yeah, whatever. I would just probably laugh. You don't know the ins and outs. The thing is, right? We as kids think we know our parents. We really don't.
And we think we know what their relationship's like.
We really don't.
We really don't.
We have no idea about the relationships because a parent's job is to not have their kids involved in that stuff.
And to protect you from
all that crap. Yeah, as a parent, you don't want your kids to know pretty much anything about your relationship. You don't want your kids to know about the ins and outs of our relationship.
No, you just want them to think, yeah.
You just want them to know, yeah, we're together, we're your parents, we love each other, that's it. That's all you want them to know. You don't want them to know anything else.
Yeah.
Zero. So you actually have no clue what is going on between your parents, and I think you should leave it at that. You should let them, unless they come up to you and say, look, or they confide in you, or they need this. Maybe your mum knows that he's got naked pictures on his phone.
Maybe she's already found that out.
Maybe she's already found that out, and it's a possibility that is the case. It's really not that big of a deal.
What?
It's not that big of a deal.
What are you talking
You found
about?
some nude pictures on your dad's phone. But if he's just got some nude pictures on his phone, it's not a big deal. Like, just leave it. Just leave it. It's not your place.
Shall I tell you when I can tell you if it's a bigger deal than it could be? Are they the kind of pictures that are like high quality photoshops that kind of circulate around the internet?
Yeah, or are they the ones he's taken?
Ones he's taken of people, or are they ones that are obviously sent by women doing like selfies in the mirror, that kind of
This
thing?
is a good question.
That's a good question, because then if it's kind of the high quality, nude kind of porno pics that you just get in magazines or like on Shutterstock, on the internet, that they could literally be on any site for promo purposes, then maybe I wouldn't worry so much. I'd be disgusted, but I wouldn't worry I'd just be disgusted, be like, ugh.
The thing is, okay, now that you know, you're getting, worried about it and everything. But if you didn't know, if you didn't know about these pictures, this is presuming these pictures are just from the internet, blah, blah, blah. Who is he harming? He's harming himself, really, in a way. If you look at it from an Islamic perspective and he's religious, then the only person he's harming is himself. If it's not harming anyone, just forget about it. Just forget about it and move on.
The whole family.
How?
What are you? Wow.
How is it harming the whole family?
Sid,
sorry,
fasting is really getting to you. What do you mean?
How is it?
A person's actions in a family can ruin the whole family.
Yeah, but it's just some pictures on his phone, bro. There's just some pictures on his phone. I'm saying if they're just pornographic pictures that have circulated online, come from online, just on his phone. They're just pictures on his phone. Just carry on. Carry on with your life.
She's going to carry on anyway.
Yeah, but it doesn't sound like you're going to carry on. It doesn't sound like it. Just forget about them and just go on with your business. Save yourself a lot of hassle and a lot of imagine your dad doing weird shit. This is the problem, right? This is the problem. You should have went with it when he went, I don't want to give you my phone.
You should have taken the hint. To be honest with you, you should have taken the hint.
You should have taken the damn hint.
You should have taken the hint.
He gave you a hint.
He gave you a hint.
He didn't know you were going to click on some shit. He warned you. He gave you a warning.
He gave you a pre-warning.
No, he gave you a red flag. And you went, nah, I'll have that red flag. Give it here.
And now you want us to clean up the mess. I'm joking.
So I don't know what your advice is, Dina, but I think just move on, forget about it, forget it even happened.
Honestly, I'd probably tell Mama.
So you can tell your mum,
I'd be like, yo, Mama.
but there's a
Did
chance
you know that?
your mum
Bob
isn't
got
going to give
me?
a shit either, and she's just going to be like, all right, I don't want to know either, mate.
Or there is a chance that she is going to give a shit and she can go sort it out.
Either that. Do what you want, but do not approach him. I think going to him is the wrong idea. Like, he's just gonna be like, no, piss off. Or he's gonna be like, yo, you tripping, bro. Like, what? That's
Actually,
embarrassing.
you know what? Don't go tell your mum. Sorry, don't do that. That was bad advice. Don't do that. You know what? Let me just think. If that was us and then Hannah found new pictures on your phone, the last thing I would want is Hannah to have seen them. So I wouldn't. I'd be so annoyed if she knew and she told me.
Just
then
ignore
I'd be
it.
worried about her as well.
Yeah, just ignore it.
Maybe this is a lesson to you that, really honestly, nobody's religious. Nobody is religious as it is today.
Yeah,
Nobody
you don't
is.
need to see him.
He's your dad. He's just trying to raise
He's
you.
your dad. You don't need to see him in a bad light or anything. He still raised you along with your mother, however way it was done.
He's still raising. She sounds young.
He's still your dad. Like, just understand that.
Yeah.
And everybody has their faults. Everybody has their skeletons in the closet or does these things.
This is just an eye opener for you to realise that not everyone is perfect, including our parents. And
Yeah.
and they just want us to see the best of them, obviously. And they're raising, obviously he's going to seem mega religious to you, strict. Because
Yeah. What, you want him to come out and say, oh, by the way, daughter, I look at nude pictures on my phone.
No, obviously he doesn't want.
Yeah, exactly.
do
This
that
is the
yet.
point I'm making.
No, but
like,
the point is,
the parents will always want their kids to see them in the best light, right? You just happen to stumble on one of his little secrets.
or big secret.
Or big secret, whatever, right? Which is his worst nightmare. Completely his worst nightmare, for his kids to know anything like that. Or imagine their dad not to be anything other than pristine, their dad. You know what I mean? So just leave it, nip it in the bud, forget it. That's it.
Yeah,
That's my advice.
And just use it as a learning curve, which is that nobody's religious and you should not look up, really, to anyone other than your parents, but unfortunately that kind
No,
of
look up to your parents, and your parents have good qualities. You just need to know that they're human, and every human does things that the other person might not like. You know what I mean? It's normal. It's human nature. That's end of. There's probably shit that you do that your dad would be like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Everybody's like that. I know that if my dad heard some of the stuff that I was doing, and it's not even that outlandish, growing up, he'd be like, what the heck? What is my son exactly?
Yeah, my parents don't know it.
Yeah, exactly. They'd just be like, whoa, we didn't even know you. And same, you looking at your dad, you're like, we didn't even know you. You shouldn't look at it on that level, because we are all human and we all fuck up and we all do things that we regret or do things that we don't regret. I don't know. We're carrying on too long. You got the gist of it. Should we jump on to the next one?
Let's jump on to the next email. Take it over, Sid. Did it take it over?
Guess what?
Take it over, what?
Guess what?
What? It wasn't recorded.
It wasn't recording that whole time.
on the audio?
Yeah.
Why? You forgot to press the record?
Yeah. What are we having for iftar today? Because you're cooking, right?
Well, I got that nice fresh bread, freshish, I can't tell it's fresh or not, bread from the market. And cream and tomato soup.
That isn't.
Oh, thank goodness for that. Hey?
Highly underrated meal, isn't that? Bread and
And then we're
soup.
going to get our chili Doritos with the dips, though. Me and Sid want to have one of those days where we want all of our favourite foods. So I want them Doritos with the dips, right, Mika? You know?
Mm.
We might have some butter and toast.
Mm.
Might have some yogurt and za'atar again.
Mm.
Might have a bowl of cereal, fam.
Mm.
Might have a Snickers bar, fam.
Mm.
Might just have some baked beans, bitch.
Oh!
Oh!
Hey!
On tonight's menu is leftovers and some soup. So I'll just set out the table. That's my plate, Sid's plate, with the leftovers from yesterday. And then I've got this big bowl of soup to share. And then I thought I'd put Doritos out with dips. Nice. It's basically time to break it, Sid. I think it's basically time to break it. So shall we end the vlog?
Yeah, let's end the vlog because I'm just going to watch the last minute of One Punch Man.
Watch the last minute of One Punch Man.
One Punch Man.
And then we're going to break it. And then we're probably going to crash because today's been a bit of a... Sorry. Today's been a weird day, right?
It's been a really weird day. But you've got a whole podcast. You had a whole podcast. Barely any vlog. Yeah. Yeah.
See you
so I won't feel so
tomorrow.
bad.
Yeah.
All right. Bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye.